Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Very popular. Mayor Ike, Spike, Fritz. Dude, I don't want to interrupt you.
No. Listen, great people out here in New York City taking care of us
Yes.
all day.
Yep.
And so I want to make sure that I tipped her before she left.
Oh, that is very
That's
kind
all.
of you. There he goes.
What's wrong with you, man?
No, I just, no, I wasn't saying anything untoward. I was just, I saw you. I thought you were taking a picture with a baby earlier. I saw that.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a day in the life of Ike Reese. We're in McGurk's and Horsham for deadline day. There's 57 minutes until the trade deadline. Today's show is sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka. And Ben Davis was done at 5. Ben Davis of NBC Sports Philly, but insisted on hanging out. But I didn't even know if we were getting a top 5 and 5 today.
Yep, I had to. Well, and Ben's coming back again at 9:00 tonight. He was here from 7 to 8 a.m. and he said, "All right, I'll come back again at 8 to 9."
So let's do it. Let's do a top 5.
Each the 5. Number 5 at 5. 5 with Jack Fritz.
Beautiful 5.
So, Spike, you know this, and I think our listeners know this. I certainly knows this, and Ben, I think, has learned today that I do wear my emotions on my sleeves when it comes to the baseball team.
Yep.
Very easy person to read when it comes to how I feel about the team. And I have the top 5 things I can't hear anymore about the Phillies. I'm gonna blow a gasket.
You work at WIP.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm aware. And speaking of WIP, number 5 is caller/Twitter trade proposals. They're so bad.
No, that's the glory.
They're so bad.
Oh my God.
Yesterday it was Brandon Marsh, Rojas, and someone, and like Abel for Luis Robert.
And why haven't they done it yet?
Hey, where's the trade?
Wouldn't you do that one?
Of course I would do that one, but no one's gonna do that one. We're an hour away from not having to hear any more caller/Twitter trade proposals.
We'll wait till the off season, buddy.
That's fine. I need a little reprise.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Reprieve.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Reprieve.
Reprieve.
Yes, reprieve. I'm about tired of the whole holier than thou.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I'm at my breaking point.
I'm just
That's all right.
saying.
Well,
This
guess what?
guy-
There's 4 more.
Hold on, holier than now.
Yeah.
We got a former All-Pro football player here
That's right.
who listens to us blather on about who is good in the NFL. Respectfully. Meanwhile, Division III over there, I can't hear anybody talking about
You know,
baseball.
Man, he doesn't want to hear anybody else's
Hold
baseball
on.
opinion, man.
I listen to Spike. I listen to Ike. And, of course
And you
I
roll
listen
your
to Ben.
eyes the whole time.
Not the whole time. Not the whole time. Not the whole time.
Okay.
The fourth thing I can't hear anymore about the Phillies is they're just prospects like Trey.
Yes.
Like, oh, that's fine. But also, Chase Utley was a prospect. Ryan Howard was a prospect. Jimmy Brown's a So, like, while I hear it, it's like, that doesn't mean we have to get rid of every single prospect and they're all going to be busts.
So you would trade the prospects for Luis Robert Jr., though, right?
Some of them.
Yeah, okay. All right. Just want to make sure.
It doesn't matter which one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I think we rely too much on, the prospects, they all suck. Well, sometimes these team holds. Bryson Stott was a prospect. He's having a little bit of a down year. Alec Boehm was a prospect. Like, you can't just trade everyone.
Yeah, and how much of that, because I used to be one of these people, how much of that is just we don't follow minor league baseball as much, so we don't really, know as much about them. So we're way
Out of sight, out of
more open to trading those guys than actually trying to keep them.
When are we going to have a prospect, an everyday prospect? Because it's been since the ones that you've mentioned.
Sure.
That we have an everyday prospect that comes up and it's like, wow. I'll never forget.
Hey, Alec Boehm is pretty good.
Well,
Not wow.
when
I didn't say it was wow, but he's not.
Aaron Nola.
You snub your nose up at him.
I'm saying this is my memory. My memory is the Nationals went from, wow, they have Bryce Harper to, wow, they have Juan Soto and Steven Strasburg. And like, none of the guys are there anymore for sure. But like, I just want one wow guy. I want just that's it.
Well, Painter.
Yeah, he's trying to trade him away.
Painter should be a wow guy.
Ben's still picking his jaw up off the ground.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's a strong chin. You see that? You see that
It
jawline?
is. It is.
The third thing I can't hear about.
Oh no! Just kidding. I just wanted to.
Yeah, don't you worry. Take a deep breath. We're on edge over here. The third thing I can't hear about the Phillies anymore, and Spike, you'll appreciate this. I just can't take they have the best record in baseball thing.
Thank
anymore.
you.
Like, again, I appreciate it, but again, they could be out of that by tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
It's
That's why we have one more day to say it.
I'm pro Coper. I'm a pro Coke guy, but it feels like massive coping to still do the best record in baseball.
It is, because my point has always been, if you think they're the best team, then say they're the best team. But the best record thing could go away in 2 days. And then all of a sudden, what are you going to say back? Well, they're the fourth best. They have the fourth best record in baseball. Nobody will care. So I'm with you.
Thank you. The second thing I can't hear about the Phillies anymore, and this is the thing that I will not handle well, and it's an easy way to trigger me, is bring up the 10-1 Eagles. Like that, because it's killer. Because it has a feel. It has a feel.
It does not.
But the Eagles are frauds. The Phillies, for the most part of the season, were not frauds.
Oh.
But handling 2 collapses in 1 year for this city, I don't think it would go very well.
Maybe there's a little
Quick
karma
recover.
for celebrating one.
No,
of the
yeah, I
collapses.
know. Dancing on the grave. I know.
Okay.
Well, and from what we know right now, the Phillies actually like each other.
Yes.
That's a big difference.
That's a huge difference.
Big deal. That's a big deal. And they generally love each other.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
And number one,
I hope they love each other and win 2 out of 3. It's like, I'm glad they all love each other. Let's start winning games.
could really use a serious win.
Yeah, I would actually take them to be pissed at each other for a couple of weeks if they won 2 out of 3.
It's around this time.
Yeah.
But the number one thing that I can't hear about the Phillies anymore is when Dave Dombrowski smells blood in the water, he makes the big move. Where is it? We are 51 minutes away from the trade deadline. I don't want to hear any more about how aggressive he is. I don't want to hear about the Tigers. I don't want to hear about the Red Sox. I want to hear about the Phillies. Where is Dave Dombrowski? Push your chips in and have a take.
Coward.
Coward.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's good.
Jack.
What was that last one actually titled?
What do you mean the last one?
Oh, Dave.
Yeah, number
he doesn't want to hear that Dave Dombrowski
When he
smells blood in the water.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be aggressive. He's going to do what it takes to bring the team to title.
Well, he did
We'll
get a
see.
platoon guy and force him into being an everyday player, so that seems aggressive.
Yeah,
Well, the one thing we haven't done, there is a Howie season.
sure.
We let Daryl cook,
We
Daryl
did.
Morey. Dave Dombrowski doesn't really do a lot of cooking.
He just spends the owner's money.
He does have good off seasons per se, but his in-season stuff has been, I guess he feels like he does the majority of the work in the off season so that he doesn't have to make big moves at the trade deadline. He's made solid moves, but he hasn't made the big move at the trade
It just
deadline.
doesn't seem like there's been that many guys that are like the big name guys, like the Cliff Lee.
Yep.
That you know
like
is going
it
to be
was
a
back in
difference
the day,
maker.
yeah.
Like there's going to be a difference maker for the next so many years or whatever for that remaining season.
Like Crochet's probably the closest comp.
I would agree with that.
And like so Bob Nightingale said there's still a chance he goes in the next 50 minutes. So, the Phillies have been engaged, I think, in that all day.
You don't know how many more innings he can throw.
And
It's a coin toss.
And he's got the contract extension thing is something you got to work out. Now, I wonder if he's strict about the innings limit, if they put him in the bullpen. And then he can turn into because he reminds me of Andrew Miller.
But he says he won't pitch in the postseason, right?
Unless he gets a contract extension.
So what do you think
And he
about
also
that?
said he had to start.
What do you think about that, Ben?
I'm not a big fan of that.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're going to bully him into
you
doing
can't
it.
have your cake and eat it too.
We are?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. He's not going to walk in with Bryce Harper and Schwarber. Like, I'm not.
Why not?
So what fans are going to do it? Are the fans who are down the shore while the Yankees fans
Well,
are sitting in their seats? Are
Everyone's
they
back
bully
from the
him?
shore after Labor Day.
Down the shore in South Jersey.
Yeah.
Down the shore in
I
Vineland.
I don't want a Hassan Reddick situation to happen.
No, I know.
So you don't trade for a guy unless you know you're going to at least meet some of his terms. You can't trade for him and then say we're going to try to pressure him into playing and pitching when he doesn't really want to. I don't think that works well.
From a clubhouse perspective, it seems like you're so confident in the clubhouse, trading for a guy who says he won't pitch unless you give him an extension, that not giving him an extension.
Not going to go over well.
Yeah, maybe. I agree with you.
So let me ask you this. Would he be a free agent at the end of the year?
No, he's got 2 more years.
2 more years.
Oh, then. Yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
So I think
I thought he was a free agent where he could walk at the end of the year.
no. So obviously they could get him. He could
And
not
he
pitch.
still wants an extension.
Yeah, because he's coming off Tommy John. He's pitched
112 innings.
Yeah, but I think the last couple of years 24.
Hold on, he's coming off Tommy John. He's making these types of demands.
Yep.
He wants the protection.
He's been really good.
It's It's dicey. It's 100%
That's
dicey.
a lot,
Is that
man.
a red flag for you, Ike?
Yeah, that's a red flag, man. That's
Yellow flag.
Yeah, I could see where this could go wrong unless you give him everything he wants. Then, by the way, he comes here, does he have you by the short and curlies?
Well, yeah, because you're giving up a haul together.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, what's he going to do? Not play?
If that's what he's threatening to do.
I've never heard of a baseball player.
Wasn't it someone last year who did that?
Who didn't play?
Well, who said he wasn't going to pitch in the postseason? I thought it was a closer or a pitcher.
Oh, Josh Hader.
Yeah, was it Hader, right?
But I think he wasn't going to pitch the 8th. He only wanted the 9th. So I think some teams are looking to trade him for.
I knew it was somebody with something.
But he also basically said, I'm not. He sat out basically the last week of the season while the Padres were still in it.
Right.
Yeah.
This hour is brought to you by Guided Door and Window. Take advantage of Guided Door and Window's big summer sales event. Receive 40% off all windows and doors. Call 877-GO-GUIDA or visit GoGuida.com. We are 47 minutes away from the trade deadline.
And the Pirates just made a trade, so they were looking.
The Pirates,
yeah, they're in the wild card position. So
they're trying to get better too.
The bat that I think that would have been a name if they did not get Luis Robert, Brian De La Cruz.
Oh yeah,
he is a Pirate now.
Well,
interesting name.
They must have traded all their prospects.
Another
for
Marlin gone. This is remarkable.
No, I know. I don't know.
But they somehow. It's like they pull the vegetables out of the ground and then they grow more. It's like the harvest returns in another year or two when it was just got young players again.
You draft like 50 players a year.
20.
All right, boys. I'm out.
Benjamin, thank you, brother.
Hey,
see you,
sir.
Guys, thanks for
Enjoy
having me.
the game
tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for hanging with us. Ben Davis from NBC Sports Philly and, of course, Abassa Middletown Little League. Jack, do you have Dave Dombrowski's cell phone number?
No.
Make a call or something.
I was going to say, could you make sure he's not at dinner or sleeping?
Up in the cafeteria.
Maybe he's arguing with his wife.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Dave, we got 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is so I looked it up because of my own insanity. The Michael Lorenzen trade was at 3:30 last year. At least that was earlier. The only move they made at the end of the show last year was a guy named Rodolfo Castro, who's now in single A.
I still think there are big trades coming before 6:00, and I think there will be a significant one for the Phillies. That's my gut. That's what my gut says. 215-592-9494. Big Aaron, West Philly. What up, Big A?
What's going on, fellas? How's everybody?
What's up, brother?
Big A, what's up, bro?
If they don't make a trade, which I pray and hope they do, they got to revamp this lineup, man. Can I give a lineup change,
Yes,
please?
sir.
Please.
And can y'all follow me?
If it doesn't involve Schwarber leaving out of the
No. Just listen. Just let me get it out. Schwarber number 1, Alec Bohm number 2, Turner number 3.
number 3.
You got to put Turner at 3, man. He can hit. He's the best hitter on the team. You got to put Price in the 4th hole.
No.
Because Bohm in the 4th hole does nothing but hit double. Let me finish here, and then you can critique it. 4, JT at 5. How am I forgetting the board? Marsh? No, not Marsh. Scott at 6.
Yeah.
The same guy at 7.
Hayes.
That's bad now. No, Hayes is number 9.
Castellanos, yes.
Castellanos is 7. Marsh at 8. Then Hayes at 9. You need more balance in this lineup. If somebody ain't hitting, they're going to pitch around Bryce in all kinds of playoff games. He's batting 3rd. And they're going to go right to Bohm and just go at his neck. Just put him at number 2 so it's easier for him.
Well, and
they're not trying to kill him at
That's really
number
what
2.
he is, a 2-hole hitter. That's what he is.
Big A, what is the deal with this Austin Hayes spelling this last name Hays? Where is the E? Shouldn't there be an E between the Y and the A?
Yes.
I didn't like that trade from the door. I don't like him. He hit 3 home runs. No pop.
He has not looked impressive so
Stick
far.
him down in number 9.
Yeah.
Huh? Do we have pop?
What do you think,
Jack,
Jack?
do we have pop?
Jack?
Still over there working the phone lines.
Yeah,
Okay. Never mind.
All over there.
Yeah.
Never
Get
mind.
us a scoop.
Okay,
I'm working on scoops.
Come on.
okay, go
Dead.
ahead and work. Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Delaware County. I'm a Delaware Valley guy.
That's good. Yep.
I'm a Delaware Valley guy.
Okay.
I've lived everywhere in the Delaware Valley.
Okay.
What I learned about the Delaware Valley, other than Philadelphia, don't nobody the hell know where they at. It's all confusing. It starts here, it starts there, it starts here, it starts everywhere. Why can't they get it together? I lived in South Jersey. I lived in Delaware. I lived in Delaware County. I did all that stuff.
Okay.
And why do y'all forget Darby? Why do y'all forget Darby, Yate, and Lansdowne, Upper Darby, and all that? It's Delaware County.
Hey, Big A.
That's a lot of forgetting.
I know you. No,
Yeah,
I know
ahead,
you
talk
don't
to
know
me.
me well, but I said when we first had this Delco conversation, my wife is from Upper Darby, went to Upper Darby High School. Now she says she's from Drexel Hill.
Good.
But I remind her all the time.
Good. That's still good.
Drexel
That's still
Hill
good. That's still good.
is in Upper Darby. So she is from Upper Darby, went to Upper Darby High School. I recognize Lansdowne. I recognize Upper Darby. It is Delco. Absolute. Spent a lot of time at the record store on 69th Street, Tower Theater, also Delco on the edge of the city, but also Delco. So there you go.
Right, you're right. You're so right.
All right.
You're so right.
So-
So right. My boy.
All right.
So good. They better make a trade though.
They better
some
make a
pop.
trade is
We need
right.
some pop. We need some pitching. We need some more pitching, man. We ain't gonna win the World Series if we don't do that.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry to say.
Just the
I'm
worst
sorry to
way
say.
to sign off.
Because of the way, you know why? Because Judge is just slapping the ball all around it. I don't even want to talk about last night. It was terrible.
One of the worst teams in baseball. He's a great player.
Oh, man. Stop.
Won
I
one
want
game.
consistent baseball. I want consistent baseball.
No.
Consistent baseball.
There it is.
That's all. Consistent baseball.
Well, you know what?
You can lose some series, but you can win some too. They lost like what 4 or 5 in a row just now.
Yes, sir. And they keep losing the first game of the
you can't.
series. This is not
The
winning
first game of the
baseball.
season.
It's not
And
winning
what happened to
baseball.
my man pitcher last night? I mean, I know he ain't have it, but wow.
Yeah, come on, Jack.
I thought that was a win.
Yeah.
Tough night.
I thought that was a win last night. And Nola, he's guaranteed to probably throw up a couple goose balls.
Oh, Big A is down on
Oh
the
my
Phillies.
God! I need help!
All right.
See what they can do.
All right,
See
Aaron.
what they can do.
I love Big A.
I love Big A.
Big A is down as far as you are right now.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know what to tell you.
We
I
got
got 40 minutes for a pick-me-up.
40 minutes. Somebody wake Dave Dombrowski up. There's players getting traded all over the place. I keep getting told, oh, the market this. Oh, the cost is this. I don't know, the Dodgers found a way to make deals. Padres found a way to make deals.
Pirates.
Pirates. I don't even.
Why are the Pirates making deals?
Yep.
Well, they need a bat.
Because they sniff it.
Oh, they smell the World Series.
Well, they sniff the
something.
playoffs.
You get Skeensy and Jared Jones in the playoff series.
Yeah, I don't want to
Pretty-
face them.
By the way, we were on Hug Watch. David Dahl was scratching the AAA lineup tonight, so probably a big move coming.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to deal with Jack all the way through.
Yeah.
So we will have, of course, Phillies, Yankees.
Oh, that's why we got leading off tonight.
We got leading off, yeah.
Man.
And then Murph's breaking the news at 6:05. Yep.
6:40 will be the first pitch. Phillies, Yankees. It is Aaron Nola versus some guy I never heard of because
Will
Warren. Garrett Cole was scratched. By the way, even Ben Rice, who I don't think got a hit for 2 weeks last night, is hitting home runs.
Yep. Garrett Cole out with general body fatigue.
General body fatigue. Sounds
Yeah.
like my life.
Again, poor Ike.
Yeah.
He's dealt with a lot of these baseball injuries. The
Yeah.
last couple.
Yeah. Hot spots, body fatigue, all that kind of stuff.
I get body fatigue like
Hot spots. and
Yep. The Twitter question is brought to you by Mark's Jewelers. Shop the home team, support local business. Mark's Jewelers, locations in Montgomeryville and Mount Laurel, South Jersey. Marks-Jewelers.com. Do you think the Phillies will make a significant deal by 6 p.m.? 87% say no. We are at McGurk's in Horsham for deadline day. It is sponsored by Surfside. Iced tea and vodka will be with you until the deadline at 6 o'clock. This is the WIP Afternoon Show with Ike and Spike and Fritz.
Boy, you're talking about a tag team read coming off of that line you just read.
A little
Right.
Surfside?
Yes, we're here at McGurk's And I'm seeing a lot of Surfside iced tea and vodkas all around this place.
Right in front of us. There's a vodka soda over there. I see that. You see that with the can?
Yeah, I'm ready to go out and make this proclamation.
Okay.
I think Surfside has become the official drink of the summer.
Oh, yes.
For everyone.
Are you kidding?
It really has.
Yep.
Yeah, whether it's the stateside or the Surfside iced tea and vodka, it has become the official drink. We're out here at McGurk's. Come on, join us out here in Horsham for $1 off Surfside cans for trade deadline day. That is today. Surfside iced tea and vodka was created with summer in mind, with no bubbles, only 2 grams of sugar, and just 100 calories. It's the perfect drink to enjoy out on the patio here at McGurk's or to sip on while you're watching the Phillies. Hey, be sure to try Surfside iced tea and vodka, new flavors of lemonade and green tea. Must be 21.
94 Clear Ear celebrating 40 years.
Today's sponsored by Surfside Ice Cream Vodka. What's that? We're in Montgomery County? Really?
What's your go-to Monco place?
Might seem when I think of Monco, it's not really Monco. Is it? Yeah. How close are we to Bucks? We got to be pretty close. Okay. See, Monco, I think of Main Line. That's why I boot Villanova out of Delco, because they should be Monco. As Radnor should Radnor's an edge case, but Radnor should also be Monco.
Correct.
Yeah, I know it's officially Delco, but it's not really Delco. Just saying.
The turf war.
I can't believe we're in Monco up here. I thought Horsham. Is Hatboro? Is Hatboro? Is that Monco as well? Oh, that's shocking. I guess I'm not from here.
That is Hipster Dave correcting everyone right now.
Yeah, I didn't hear him. The
residential Rain Man.
So we have 29 minutes until the deadline. Jack, are there any? Wow, IKF traded. Pirates getting
Isaiah
Kiner-Falefa from the Blue Jays.
Former Yankee.
What's his name?
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Everybody calls him IKF.
IKF.
He would have been a good utility guy.
Yeah, he's a decent player.
He can play everywhere, but they have Sosa, I guess. But still, they were looking for a cheaper bench bat. He was an interesting name.
So nothing else. Any other big rumors going around there, Jack?
No big rumors. No, we can't get any. All these teams are keeping it too close to the vest.
What's going on here? Don't they know about the rumor economy and the take economy?
Exactly. Aren't they worried about the content?
The content. And we're not doing text line today, right?
No text line today. So we're just vibing.
All right. Well, we want to keep the text line clear in case Dave wants to tell us about the trade.
Again, David Dahl scratched from the lineup. Could see a big move coming for the guy they made.
Rob and Delco, you're on WIP. What's up, Rob?
Yo, boy.
What up?
Hey, Ike.
What's up, Rob?
Listen, I want to take a different spin on this, okay? When We got on, I know Jack, this was part of his top 5, but I got to bring it up. And I know it's different, maybe not with our coach of football, because we don't know what he does. But I hear, there's much more strategy with the coach in football than there is with a coach in baseball. But I'm trying to make a correlation between Thompson and Sirianni, okay? It's, me included. I wanted that man run out of town after that collapse last year. The tackling was bad. Like, our defense has been bad in baseball. Like, I'm trying to draw a correlation here. We can't pick up a blitz. I'm hearing Hurts could only read certain, couldn't read half the field, and we had to skim back our offense and all this stuff. But yet, I wanted Sirianni to run out of town. When do we start getting on this manager? And I hear, we got these multi-$100 million players. It ultimately falls on the players. Well, that's true for the Eagles too, right? But yet we wanted that coach run out of town. He was in the Super Bowl. He's been in the playoffs year after year, right? Well, the same with Rob Thompson. We've been in the World Series with him. We're playoffs year after year. When are we going to start getting on him?
So, Rob, I think it is a fair question, and I think if they don't turn it around this season, I think there will be a lot of people who talk about his inability to get them back on track. However,
or get the most out of them.
Get the most out of them. However, there is the possibility if they turn it around, end up winning, 99 games, 101 games, win the division, end up in the LCS, then I think what you have to do is say, well, he was the right guy to see them through this, and that I think we have to let this year go. I think it's very difficult with a baseball manager because most of what they're managing is egos and clubhouse.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of strategic stuff. So when Nick Sirianni screws up something strategically, he calls the wrong timeout, he goes for it when he should have not gone for it, so on and so forth. We can see that. That's tangible. And Nick Sirianni was very involved in the offense. And all those things are tangible. The problem with baseball managers is that most of what they do is not tangible. And I think you could look at Rob Thompson and the team. Now, they added a lot of talent, but the team clearly played better under him than they did under Girardi. They have had success over the last 3 years that they have not seen in over a decade. They got to a World Series, they got to an LCS, and today they have a team who is one of the best teams in baseball. So I agree with you that at some point that his job, what job he's doing has to be brought into question. I just wouldn't know how I would do it right now. Does that make sense? I don't know what to say about him.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is, I just want him to get criticized. Like, I hope you're right. Like, I want him to be the right man for the job, because then that means hopefully the season plays out the way we want it to play out. But I'm just saying, we want this guy run out of town, the football coach. Right. And there are more tangible reasons. But I'm just saying, I think this manager has to get called out sometimes. Doesn't mean I want him fired. Doesn't mean I want to get rid of him. I just think sometimes I want to hold him accountable. Like, because when we're having guys make fundamental mistakes and playing sloppy ball, and he does make some decisions, bringing in relievers. He's got some doozies in the playoffs that I still haven't gotten over the Wheeler a couple of years ago in Game 6 at Houston, and bringing in Alvarado in certain situations. Like, he's got a tendency to do some doozies, and I'm just saying I think he needs to be called out a little bit more. Don't lean on one can and fired and this and that. So I just think he needs to take a little bit of the heat. That's all.
Yeah,
we love him, but
I think it's perfectly fine, Rob.
Rob, here's the challenge.
I like Rob Thompson too.
I think
me too. I do too.
But Rob, if I were to do this, say, okay, and this isn't to put you on the spot but I go, okay, criticize him.
But what do you want him to do?
I don't even know what to say.
Right.
You should have Nick Castellanos hitting 6th. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like.
I know.
Do you see what I'm saying? I appreciate the call, Rob. I understand the frustration. The problem is that, like, I don't even know what to say.
No, I agree with you. And believe me, they've had these slumps the last 2 years. And when it gets like this, it's like, okay, well, how many times do I go to this? How many times do I complain about this? Or when do I say something about the manager? When does the manager do something to sort of change whatever is going on? And I understand the batters get up there, they bat. It's not Rob Thompson's fault. Someone strikes out and all this type of stuff. But when we want sort of the mojo to be flipped, where people are going to ask, okay, what is Topper doing to sort of change things?
I think we'll know if it seems like they're tuning him out.
And it doesn't seem that way.
It doesn't seem like they're tuning him out.
Yeah.
Like you knew it was over for Girardi when Corey Knebel and Harper were like, he called down there to try to get in the game, and Girardi hung up the phone.
That series in Atlanta.
And
was that the series in Atlanta?
Series in Atlanta. Harper had a big home run in the 8th, and they went to Nick Nelson in the 9th instead of Knebel because it would have been like back-to-back days.
Let me say this about Joe Girardi. There is never in the history of sports had a manager or a head coach take the job for the money more than Joe Girardi did here.
Oh, for sure.
He did not care, was like, just seemed like he was finished. Just seemed like he was like, maybe didn't want to be a manager anymore, and the Phillies called, and they did it. And I understand that everyone's got a different way of being. Like, he doesn't need to be screaming and kicking dirt on, because that's not who Topper is either. Joe Girardi was the most disconnected manager I've ever seen. And did he follow how many was there a manager in between Ryan Sandberg and Girardi?
Yeah, it was Gabe.
Oh, Gabe. I completely forgot about Gabe. At least Gabe was trying. At least Gabe cared.
Yeah, we cared a little, maybe too much.
Too much.
Yeah, I would take Gabe over Joe Girardi any day. The versions of both of them that we
too.
got.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, Joe Girardi was cooked.
Yeah, I thought we were getting a manager when we got Joe Girardi.
And he also, another nail in the coffin was when Schwarber went nuclear on the Brewers, or on Angel Hernandez versus the Brewers. And Joe Girardi just sat there while
Binder Joe.
Well, yeah.
He sat there looking at that binder.
And yeah, that's been the biggest difference. And Rob Thompson has worked to connect with the guys. But I mean, yeah, maybe the connection runs out. I think that's a decision at the end of the year.
We are going to be with you till 6. We're going to start leading off now, but we're mostly going to try to do the trade deadline. But let's kick off leading off.
Yeah, we could break down last night's game.
We could do that. I think Jack has had enough of me breaking down last night's game.
I think you should just replay your first 8 minutes.
Yeah, that was a good first 8 minutes.
It was a great first 8 minutes.
All right, let's start leading off.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia, powered by the Tasty Cake Studios. This is Leading Off, sponsored by Nissan. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com. Sports Radio 94 WIP, an Odyssey sports station.
Here's your trade deadline version of Leading Off, sponsored by Nissan makes cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com. There is a game tonight. The trade deadline is in 20 minutes. There is a game tonight. Phillies, Yankees, second game of the series. Phillies, Aaron Nola going against Will Warren of the Yankees. Would have liked to see a bigger favorable Phillies line tonight going against Will Warren, but Phillies are a minus 145 favorite, which is right.
Yeah,
it
should be higher.
You want to see minus 185?
Yeah, well, and it's. So I know Will Warren has a 6+ ERA in AAA.
Yeah.
But I saw a video of his slider, and it's like, it's like a 3,200 RPM slider that.
Oh, so he's going to strike 9 guys out in 6 innings.
Turner's on the hot seat tonight. Austin Hayes on the hot seat. Nick Castellanos on the hot seat. Don't swing at the slider.
Yeah, I don't love this, man. I don't love that line. You know, the little Howard Lines telling you something thing. That is it. All right, we are 19 minutes away from the trade deadline. 19 minutes and 30 seconds. Nothing new, Jack?
Mets just traded for another Marlins reliever, so the Marlins are really, really trying to sell everything.
Anyone of note?
It was Hunter Brazaban, who I feel like pitches all the time and throws like 100 miles an hour, but not like super, super notable.
The player to count on tonight is brought to you by Barlow Buick GMC in Woodbury, New Jersey. Honest pricing, dedicated service every day. My player to count on is Aaron Judge. No. Is Dave Dombrowski. No. I think.
Where are you going with tonight?
I feel like this is going to bite me. But after the Zach Wheeler thing last night.
Don't do it.
Aaron Nola's got to step up. We need it. We need 8 innings from Knowles tonight.
I felt bad picking Zach.
Yeah. Oh, that was you yesterday.
Oh, man, that was bad.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that was tough.
You saw how big those Yankees players were.
Kind of feel like I stated that one too many times today.
Yeah. Zach Wheeler is like, me? You made me the player to count on? Anyone else got any votes?
Yeah, I'm going with Bryce tonight.
There it is. The old reliable.
I got to go with Bryce tonight. I mean, hearing MVP chants.
Well, he is at home with his family as he
last night. Aaron Judge, you poking and prodding, Chuck calling up with a passionate plea.
Begging.
Sounds like a home run night for Bryce tonight.
Feels like it. I'm going to go starter again. 2 hits
Good night
last.
from Stoddard last night.
Yeah, he is working his way out of it.
Slowly but surely. So I'll take Stoddard again.
You know, if you wanted to move him to the top of the lineup, he could hit. If he was out of it, he is a 2-hole hitter, right? You could have Trey lead off and have Stott hit second.
I'd probably rather Stott because I trust his ability to see more pitches.
Yeah, as a leadoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that, in the past, he has shown more of the ability
To work a count.
to work account. Like Trey's not necessarily that.
Nah, we're not up there to work account, man. We're up there to get hits.
That's right. That's Ike's mindset. That's what he did down in fantasy camp.
Spring, that's right.
Well, while I am
We're
generally
up there to swing, man.
last night, they should have been working more counts. That is the heel. That is the heel. The Achilles heel of Luis
There we
Heel
go.
is that
Ooh.
he doesn't. Well, he's one of those guys where he'll have a 1-2-3 inning, but it'll be 21 pitches or something because he goes to full and they foul it off and blah blah blah.
Well, it's
blah.
been something that's kind of ailed them the last 5 or 6 series is that I feel like their approach is just gone. Like they're not working pitchers anymore, and they are just swinging early in counts.
And the frustrating thing in the first inning last night is they were doing it. They got on base and they ended up not scoring. And I think they, as Ben said earlier, I think they got frustrated that they didn't score more. And then everybody tried to.
They
hit
got
home
to
runs
get
again.
like that. I know the home runs are great. They got to get that big back-breaking like
Inning.
open a seal.
Yes.
Like give me some. They need a crooked inning. Like,
Yes.
There's something to settle them down.
They need a first and third, 1 out. Bohm hits a double, and then, JT ends up with another double. And then all of a sudden we score 5 runs or 7 runs in an inning. We haven't had a crooked inning in a long time. Well, actually, did we have? No, we didn't. Even against the win against Cleveland. Was there 1 inning in there?
Well, the Saturday night game they won 7-0. That was a
Yeah, but was it all on home runs?
well. Yeah, I told you
Yeah.
they hadn't scored a run. There was not a home run since Wednesday, before last night when Trey Turner grounded into the would-be double play.
All right. We got 15 minutes left. We will be back with you from McGurk's in Horsham for Deadline Day.
Come on, Dave.
Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka. Wake up! This is Leading Off on 94 WIP.
Honey, is our car still under?
Clear.
This is Leading Off, sponsored by Nissan, on your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Yeah. This is Leading Off, sponsored by Nissan. Nissan makes cars the thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com. Jack, it looks like the Orioles have made another deal.
Yeah, White Sox outfielder's been traded.
Wow.
Eloy Jimenez, not Luis Robert.
Eloy.
Is Eloy
That's a
Jimenez
hell of a
any good?
name.
No, he was a. Hey, the Phillies made a trade. All right.
Whoa!
There we go.
Oh, get excited.
Nah, he's
There
shaking
we
his
go,
head.
the fighting
Get
French
excited.
train.
He's shaking his. Here it
Where's
is.
the damn breaking news sound?
I don't know.
The Phillies have made a trade.
They have traded for
Breaking news.
left-handed reliever Tanner Banks from the Chicago White Sox.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, we got a White Sox
We
closer
got a White Sox reliever. Yeah.
or reliever.
Is he any good? Do I need to go to my Fangraphs account
Yeah, why don't you
to find
Damn
out if he's
right,
any
yeah.
good?
Why don't you break it down for us
Yes.
there, Spike? Let's see what he does against lefties this year.
Come on, Jack, get us happy.
What's his name again?
Tanner Banks?
Tanner Banks.
Not Tanner McCoy.
So, I mean, lefties are hitting 184 against them. It feels a bit like they're going to try out down the stretch run Soto versus him. Like Alvarado, I think they still believe in. So, I mean, they do. I think they do still believe in Jose Alvarado. You bring him in. Matt Strom's kind of there. He's not going anywhere. So I think this is about that kind of
Well, he doesn't walk guys.
What's his name again?
Tanner
Banks.
Tanner Banks. He doesn't walk guys. Strikes out. I always more per inning. That's what I like to see. But I guess that happens in baseball more than it used to.
Sure.
I don't know.
Up to 95 from the left side.
Oh, there you go.
Listen, if you get Caleb
Got a big
Kaufman,
arm.
Caleb Kaufman's obviously very, very good at his job. So we'll give it a shot.
Well, his ERA is
Yeah.
4.5. There you go. He pitches a lot. He's pitched
Sure.
40 games this year.
Rubber arm.
Yeah.
There you
All
go.
right. So they got I think that getting a lefty reliever, especially with the questions about Alvarado and obviously Soto's no one trusts at all, I think is actually pretty important.
Can we
So
get another move?
Yeah.
we'll see.
They
Well-
still working?
That's something to watch for, Ike, which is sponsored by Xfinity Mobile. The sponsor of WIP is Xfinity Mobile Lounge. Xfinity Mobile customers now get exclusive access to Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig on the go. So that's what to watch for. The Phillies making another trade, which might not have. We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes and 11 seconds. The Orioles. Oh, you said we did the Orioles trade,
Yep.
right? Padres getting Tanner Scott. And here we go. The Phillies got. And do we know what the Phillies traded for Tanner Banks?
No.
We had the wrong Tanner.
Who was the other one?
Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Tanner.
Danny Tanner.
Danny Tanner.
Yep.
But
DJ Tanner.
yeah, we'll see. We'll
All
see.
right.
I don't see any names. I don't see any names coming back yet. So we'll check it out.
Hey, Joe in the Northeast, what do you think about Tanner Banks?
If we can get rid of Soto and Marte off the depth chart there, that's fine. Those two guys should not be on the roster, and I don't know why it's taken so long for Soto. And when you bring in Marte, Thompson's telling the rest of the
The
team,
game's over.
I just put the white flag up. Yeah. And come on. And the other day in Minnesota when he had the dirt in his cleats, and I blame him and the coaches. Couldn't you go to the groundskeepers to have them come out there and see straighten out the mound if that was a problem? Nobody ever done that, you know what I mean? But yeah, you got to get rid of those two guys. I was up at McGurk's. I was home about an hour ago. It was nice to see the host up there. De La Cruz, I liked him. He's got it all over Hayes. Got a quick bat, runs better. But they had said on the internet that the Marlins, they lied. They weren't interested in trading him, Jesus Sanchez, or Listardo, the left-hander who always shuts down the Phillies. So he would have been a better way. And why are the Phillies? Why did they wait so long now to think that give Marsh a shot to play against left-handed pitching?
Well,
they go ahead. Well, I'm saying they sent Rojas. No, well now they think they can. He can, right? That they want to think about he'll be the center fielder and Hayes will be the left fielder.
Well, so I think, thank you for the call, Joe. I think what the Phillies really have done there is just say it is the best of two bad choices, right? So you Rojas can't hit and Marsh can't hit lefties. But I think they would say if what the Phillies would tell you is they're a better team with Marsh playing every day than Rojas playing every day. And I think I would have to mostly agree with that. The thing that worries me the most is actually not Marsh hitting against lefties, even though it's not good, is that Marsh has looked lost in center field when he's played there. And hopefully getting him more games, which I think is important, that'll help. But he has not looked great in center field.
And he never looks completely healthy.
Right. Well, Ben mentioned that, and Jack's mentioned it a few times that he has a few things going on. A shoulder, maybe an elbow or something.
Kind of why I like him as a player. He reminds me of a football player.
Well, he was a linebacker. We established that a couple years ago down at camp.
Yeah.
It seems like something is normally nagging him. Is it a knee, a hamstring, an elbow, shoulder?
Those are the kind of guys that play through everything.
Yeah.
That always have something nagging them, you know? The injury report, that's good. Injury report sponsored by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers for 40 years. Contact them at paworkinjury.com. The injury report is that Brandon Marsh is always dealing with something.
Could be dealing with something.
All right, we'll give you the lineup and get you sent over for Greg Murphy, who will act like the trade deadline was a huge success for the Phillies. No offense, Murph.
Garrett Crochet will not be traded.
Wow, okay.
Will not be traded, so that just came out. And the prospect going back is William Bergola, who was their biggest international signing a couple years ago. More of a bat-to-ball guy. I think more of a utility infielder, I think, than someone that can come back to bite him.
All right. We will take you up to the trade deadline next. This is deadline day. Deadline day at McGurk's in Horsham. I got hiccups. Deadline day at McGurk's in Horsham for before we run out of time and I don't get a chance to do it, we have had deadline day here at McGurk's in Horsham, and everyone at McGurk's has been awesome. This is a great sports bar. If you're up here in Montgomery County instead of Bucks County.
Close, though.
Yeah, it is close. We're very close. So thank you to McGurk's in Horsham. Today has been sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka. Love McGurk's. Love Surfside. So thank you to everyone here who has been great, as the Phillies have not made much of any move. Now, this move we're about to talk about is, because we might not get to the starting lineup, is sponsored by the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers, Local 1 of Pennsylvania and Delaware, building the city and surrounding counties one brick, one stone, and one tile at a time for 150 years. This, I think, is a frustrating trade for me, Jack, the one that the Dodgers just pulled off.
Yeah, Dodgers got Jack Flaherty, according to Jeff Passan from the Tigers, the best starter that's going to get moved now that Garrett Crochet is not getting moved. So it's a big name. It's a big name.
Yeah, I mean, and they've had a bunch of injuries on the in the starting pitching, so who knows what situation they're going to be in going into the playoffs. Where the Phillies are obviously in a better starting pitching position than the Dodgers are, but if you had wanted to do the thing where you stack the deck a little bit, this would have been a good trade to do it for.
And they were rumored to be linked to him, last week. So, I don't know. It's one of those interesting ones where it's a little bit of a luxury, but this has been Dave Dombrowski's kind of MO, is that always looking for luxury, especially with the starting pitching.
And that they're not going to have, now look, they have debatably the best starting rotation in baseball. It has been leaking oil a little bit, as time has gone on. So the starting lineup, now that we do have time, Phillies, Yankees, first pitch will be at 6:40 today. Kyle Schwarber is leading off, and DH hitting second is Trey Turner playing short, Harper at first and hitting third, Alec Boehm in his cleanup spot playing third base, Brandon Marsh playing center field, and we're at 6 o'clock. Anything else? Nothing else.
No.
Marsh in center, hitting fifth. Hitting sixth is Real Muto in catching. Nick Castellanos hitting his seventh and playing right field. Bryson Stott hits eighth and plays second base. And Austin Hayes, the everyday Austin Hayes, not a platoon player, is playing left field and hitting ninth.
Safe to say they probably gave up lower level prospects.
He's like in the 10 to 13 kind of prospect. It's a semi-real deal.
Decent player.
He was their big-ish international signing in 2021, I believe. So he's pretty much just a bat-to-ball guy at this point. Power hasn't really come, but it's not nothing.
Martin Perez goes to the Padres.
Yeah, there's some late stuff. Like Dylan Carlson just got traded to the Rays. The Luis Garcia, former Phillies great. He is now a Red Sox. So, yeah, it seems like their last kind of move here is Tanner Banks, which it is an important move. Getting another lefty in there to kind of replace Soto. Again, 184 against lefty hitters this year is not nothing. I hope they're right. I hope that they saved the powder. Appreciate that.
What are they using the powder for?
We'll see.
This is what the powder is for. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll feel a hell of a lot better if it's not 14-4 Yankees tonight.
That's a good point.
Yeah, would love a win. Would make me feel a lot better. So, Greg, thank you to everyone here. Thank you for listening to Deadline Day. We will be back with you tomorrow. Now it is Greg Murphy and Phillies on deck.